morning, class. Welcome to Homeroom with Unc and Market Monk.
Afternoon, P. What's up next year?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Just a lot of stuff set up pretty well. I just it looks different than last year.
A little bit.
Yeah, looking forward to your thoughts on that.
Oh, okay. I got me. I'm always um, into the long-term stories. Trying to not necessarily have the where the ship's going or where it's gonna the destination is, but just the path of least resistance to get there.
Yeah,
Worst
yeah,
case, best case scenario, and I know last year when we were at this time, I we had the September to January is going to be the bottom, and we really came out of that strong. So at that point, we were talking, are we going to even hold these gains? And we've been higher low ever since. So definitely a little more comfortable. I mean, last year it was bear market. Are we going into a bull market? This year it's 100% is the bear market going to continue? Our bull market going to continue?
yeah,
If
yeah,
if you want me to like make predictions, I could take a aggressive angle. I'm a yes that we continue, um, but I don't think we continue with the Mag Seven or Spy doing, not touching that 200 or excuse me the 50 on the weekly. I don't think we do that. I think we get a lot more flat there. I'm
yeah,
really into the bees names, the B's and C's. There's a couple sectors we'll talk about that I'm interested in just because of the the math on the fundamentals ain't making sense. And if they're going to stay around, if you're going to Red Robin, it just don't make sense. P stuff like that. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it just
Right, right.
really doesn't. So for me, I'm overly that we're going to be bullish. I mean, if I take a step back, I do think we will have pullbacks during the year. It's not straight fucking up. We all know that.
Yeah,
The first
yep,
rate cut and taxes, which I think will coincide somewhere around April. Taxes is April 15th, and I think the first rate cuts, the month or two either side of that. Or excuse me, not rate cut, rate pause. I think we
yeah,
pout a little bit, but those are the higher lows. That's where you are going to buy the Mag 7. And the shitty pennies or the B's and C's, they're going to hold there and then continue upward trend. So I think in the right names, you're still going to have a similar year, but they're going to be the lesser known names or the stuff that's left for dead. Um, and then of course your side, I'm really interested in. I don't believe the gold. I'll go out and say that, but
yeah.
silver, uranium, copper, natural gas, oil. Man, I'm just waiting for you to say go.
Yeah, no, it's I mean that's my I you can look it up, and months ago I said I thought 2025 is going to be
Energy,
the
energy.
energy trade. And that, that encompasses a lot. And I kind of leave myself some room there, because even things like solar and lithium, I mean, I've wanted to build, and I have been building positions in some, the solid state battery stocks.
Yeah.
One of them just happened to have a Bitcoin angle out of nowhere. I didn't expect that. But yeah, I mean, so yes, very, very much into that. I mean, oil, I just, I mean, there's a couple we've talked about that I just think you can't go wrong adding around here. Cop being one of them,
Yeah,
and
we're already
we'll
doing
see
good
back.
there.
Yeah, we'll be rotating around back to, like, Dino will show up, and I've been on. We're going to argue about Devon for a couple months probably, and I'm just going to buy it probably down to the level you're talking about. But I already started. But it's that I look at it like a stock like Devon. I'm like, that's probably like a $50 stock long term. And thinking about where oil would be, when that happens, um, makes some sense to me. And then we've talked about um, natural gas. Nobody caught the bottom better than we did. I didn't see anyone anyway. They were all just making fun of it when it was 220. But so I think your position there. A lot of stocks are going to lag. Opportunity there, and then yeah, uranium, really setting up for something to me. And again, that one's hard to look at in futures for reasons we've talked about. But yeah, there's just some great. there's some great smalls in uranium, even better than oil. Smalls can be tricky, just in terms of some of their debt obligations and things. But yeah, some of those uranium miners still like way undervalued in my opinion.
Yeah, the only other one I like similar to that is lithium, but I think there's a better pathway for uranium than lithium. I think they're moving away from the lithium, or they really want
Yeah,
to. In
right,
general, they
right.
want to, and nuclear's becoming. I mean, lithium's not becoming clean energy, and I mean, I know you said that for a while, and that just takes time in general. So yeah, no, I love those charts and tradable range. I mean, we have Pele who lives off that UUU chart, um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which you can currently trade that. So yeah, I love that, and I also love how you didn't really. I mean, you mentioned it, you didn't really touch on it though, but you have that set up, and then you also have the AI craze and other stuff going on, and then the combination play comes into the batteries, and I think that's a sector. In general, there's just so much from the EV standpoint. To I mean, these robots aren't going to have cables hanging out the back of them. The
Yeah, yeah.
little robot dog with a gun on them, right? You don't have
Right, right.
cable hanging out the back of them. Those drones don't up in the sky. They don't have cables hanging out the back of them. So you need batteries, and I just really think like you're putting that together now. Probably already had a couple wins, but in the long
Yeah.
run, there's going to be some. Man, we were real early on this battery tech.
Well, and there's going to be, I'm always looking for the next big story um, with tech. Quantum was definitely that. I think the quantum names are gonna continue. There's a lot of opportunity to pull those back and punish the people chasing them and stuff. So I think you have what you have. I have some INQ that I'm not really in a hurry to get rid of with where we added it. But those charts will have a lot of room still. And then looking for like the next big thing. There was a early last year, or maybe I don't know, it was April or something. Superconductors. I don't know if you remember that. There was like news about you know breakthroughs with superconducting materials, and there was a couple charts that took off. That didn't really have a good reason um, to take off, but things. I'm not saying it's going to be that, but things like that, especially with batteries, like any kind of technology breakthrough that's anticipated, will move charts well before the technology is actually viable. So that's definitely something I look at too, and that's where the research comes in. I'm always reading, and so I think we'll catch some things we don't know about yet. Basically, what I'm saying. So I would think sometime middle of next year or in the summer, there's going to be something like that that'll run.
Yeah, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm just we got a good yin and yang here, college professor, and your regular fucking guy off the street, basically. But
Sure.
um, I will say I probably need to say a little more lately, but keep it simple. And I'm telling you, the reason we bang out a lot of these plays, a little rant, isn't because we're reading deep into companies or we go to the meetings with the CEOs. It's because the fucking flow doesn't stop coming in. It's that
Yeah.
simple. It's that simple. I mean, you want to know why we know Rigetti and INOQ and they were the ones because the flow did not stop coming in, and
Oh yeah. I mean that was where like I found quantum computing through Flow, then read about it, started to figure out what this is, and sort of kind of reverse engineered what I thought was happening with these, and that's why way back when I said, yeah, Honeywell, IBM, Google,
yes,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
they're going to be in this too. Different kind of trade. You can just buy those and hold them for 20 years. And then you've got, these smalls that you can get it on. And then the greatest thing about that trade was the second layer of the really shitty ones, the one that used to be a beverage company or some shit like that. I mean, that kind of reminded me of the COVID market days
mm-hmm.
of, you know, Naked or whatever that stock was that, they're all clothes and the underwear and cars and, whatever. But yeah, just, finding that hot ticker and then kind of going from there. And then we were even ready for shit like QuantumScape. That's not even a quantum computing thing at all. It's actually a battery stock, which I think has a nice convergence of going up because of what kind of stock it is, the sector it's in, and then being adjacent to the quantum thing. So the runs and smalls like that are not going to stop. I don't bull market, bear market, whatever. I still see a lot of moves like that cooking up in option flow.
Yeah, no, like the last 2 days I've been back on the or yeah, last 2 days I've been back on the screens, and Monday was really bad. Tuesday was decently bad, but I had so many things in my scanners that were like 65 to $1.20 that were up
Yeah,
35% pre-market that they were just trash. It was just trash,
right, right.
but I mean that's the range you have when you're at that price. So um,
Yeah.
and kind of look forward just to maybe a little short term into 2025. Um, we gonna get some actual selling to start the year, or just repositioning? I mean, because it's gonna happen, right? There's so many people that were up a little bit too
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
and you think they're gonna move around a little bit to start the year, which I fully expect. I'm just wondering what you see or what you think on the. Is it gonna be actual selling or just some good repositioning from stuff that's ran
Well, I
hot?
I just I can't shake this what the 10 years doing. So that the bond market and the way it can mess with stocks. And I mean, to me, it's not always just gonna indicate sustained selling, but it's that kind of that pop and fade. So I think that you're still going to get the Nvidias of the world and AVGO and all them. They're going to put up a fight. They're going to have some good days, but they're going to have a lot of weeks where they're red 3 out of 5 days, or they get like a bad red day and it doesn't really uh, bounce back as quickly as you might expect. So I definitely see some of that um, materializing as we go forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's where the skin is thin in the market is the Mag
Yeah.
Seven. I mean, it just really is. That I mean, not to say. I mean, that's for me. That's when I know we're really gonna have some pullback. Is when the stuff that is on a good level that hasn't really ran. It takes another 20% haircut, and I can give you plenty of examples because I've been trading for long enough to know stuff like Neo, even Fubo. What's another good one? Is Zom still around? Those stocks can
Yeah.
go back to where they started 5 years ago. Those stocks can go back to where 400% from where they started 5 years ago. And if they did either of those things I'm talking about, you would think that it was fucking going to zero because Neo was six
Hmm.
cents, Fubo was like 15. So
Right.
like
Yeah.
those stocks, like they're still not that they don't deserve to be up a little bit, but when stuff like that starts to break down, that's when we kind of really change trend again. China's a good example too. If you want something that's not a super low price point, but I mean we've seen Baba, 72, it just was not going to break, and it's had a run to 120 back to 84. Beely, I can't give you the numbers, but all those charts look very similar because there's just kind of a we're in a holding pattern, and when those break down, that's your true sign if we're just pulling back or in a bear market, in my opinion.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which April and May is when you kind of started looking for that. It's just kind of what I see in regards to that. Yeah, so quarter by quarter, if we do go quarter by quarter, um, you kind of get kind of consolidation or wash in the first quarter, P, for me, and then that pullback to start the second quarter is going to really pick the direction for not a slow summer, but a fireworks summer where everything kind of takes off at different times. And then I think
Yeah.
we finished the year decently strong as long as you know there's a couple checks that we have to get done politically along the way for me, and other than that, I think we continue.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. the market probably will be pretty sensitive to some of the stuff Trump's going to say or try to do, but I don't know that you'll see sustained downside based on any policy initiatives or anything like that. So yeah, it's just more range and opportunities, kind of day to day, week to week.
Perfect. So, when's your pullback quarters, or are you just
Well,
are we like 3 and 4 here? Are we just 3 quarters, 3 and 4 next year? We gonna keep doing
well,
that.
I think I mean the flow's telling me that we're going to get a pullback in the first quarter,
Okay.
just because of some March positioning by 540 March, which might not pull that far, but that paired with the September puts that are like at 530 that are kind of get some strength. I mean, those are like $1,200 contracts, so that's not it's not retail doing that.
Yeah.
And that you pair those two things together, and to me, we do see a pullback 10-15%, something like that. So yeah, I think the first quarter is when we'll see that, and then start to move back, and earnings probably pushes it to challenge all-time highs again, and we just go from there. That's that's my initially how I see it.
We were 30% pretty much straight up last year if you go off.
Yeah.
Maybe 28, 25, but how big of a range do you see, and what gain do we go when we finish, do you see?
All right, let me see here.
So for me on a TA side, like we're not going below 540. That would be like my absolute downside. I
Yeah.
don't think 540 happens. So I'm gonna go like 555, and then but my upside is probably only 640. So I'm like $85 range, which what's that? Like that's not a big percentage. With yeah, when we're back to 10%, 8% gain on SPY on the year for me, just from a TA standpoint. I mean that's not anything but that TA standpoint.
Yeah. No, I think it gets to me it gets into the 540s not for very long. I'll just say 548. Just wick down there for a minute, and then yeah, I think like 610, 620 for me, a little bit tighter on the upside, but same idea.
Okay, so I do have a little more break. I mean, I'm just picking a number. There's no shares up there, obviously, but it just feels like I don't know. I'm bullish. I guess I'm kind of bullish. I'm a little more bullish than the flow suggests currently.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean that's the degree to which that's hedging is always a question. So, but they're positioned for some downside, and then what they want to do with that, just will materialize as it shows up. But I mean, I a couple weeks ago I started talking about SQQQ, and I was like, I'm going to start buying it now, and caught the bottom, caught the bottom on that. It has another one of those pre-split pivots. I mean, that chart's obviously just complete trash, but at 35 is where the flow is positioned in terms of like summer calls. So I expect those will do pretty well, just as a hedge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's get into sectors a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So
like overall, like more overall instead of individual names.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I would I would avoid chasing tech like as a big sector. And I think you're going to look for individual names and in subsectors there. I mean, even well, like right now, a lot of people who felt like they didn't want to chase Nvidia bought AMD.
Sure.
AMD's down 13% on the year.
Don't buy that.
So that kind of that doesn't work sometimes, where you just pick a name, pick any name. So I don't expect technology to be a little more fragmented. I do think that consumer defensive and like staples.
Like
I think there's going to be
Dow,
a lot of
Lockheed Martin, that kind of stuff.
no defensive is in
Like
like
Clorox, Procter and
Clorox
Gamble.
and yeah, that kind
Okay,
of stuff.
okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
I like that sector a lot. Part of the reason is a lot of them pulled back a little too much on assumptions about RFK and
Okay, okay.
you know all that. So I think
Mo,
some of
Mo.
those set up really well. Yeah, Mo.
Okay,
A couple other.
perfect.
I do like tobacco, beer. I think
Yeah,
a lot of chances in beer,
sneaky,
and
sneaky.
then
Yeah, yeah. Budweiser, I can't believe we're at $50.
yeah, and then restaurants have kind of there's a real estate angle there, and
Can do
um,
do you think I've been wanting to ask you this in regular voice, and it's probably a good spot. Do you think the kind, like like your Jack in the Box, your Red Robin, do you think the kind matters? Like what kind of storefront you are matters as opposed to just the individual business?
well, I think the yeah, in the sense that probably better to be fast food maybe
Okay, okay.
than your
Your sit
more
down,
expensive casual dining.
then you
Yeah,
sit down. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But I think I think the casual dining is going to have more winners and losers, and I think fast food's mostly going to be winners from what
Yeah,
I
no,
can
I
tell.
I've,
Yeah,
I have that in my head too, P, and I try to check myself on that all the time. Is fast food restaurants like they're not going anywhere. Someone will
right.
buy that
Yeah,
name and the setup, and I mean, yeah, they're just not going any like and there's two at Jack in the Box, Wendy's. I'll throw them out there. They're just come on.
yeah, absolutely.
And then I yeah, just then they can streamline so well, right? Like you still kind of have to do dishes and buy plates and stuff like that at a sit down restaurant, and at fast food you can just go to like just burgers and fries if need be. I mean,
Yeah.
so no, that's been one I've been wondering about for a while, what it's going to take. But I'm with you with the RFK Fund. Um, Dow doesn't fit consumer defensives.
Uh, Dow is in basic materials because it's
Okay,
chemicals. So,
okay.
but I mean, it has a lot of those characteristics.
You got any more?
A safety stock like that.
You got any more?
Um,
Or you want me to tell you the ones that you can tell me why I'm wrong?
uh, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, so I'm thinking like KHC, Kraft
Yeah,
Heinz,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
MKC.
MKC,
Yeah,
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 stuff
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. What? No, no. You have another sector?
Oh,
Or you? I have like.
yeah. I mean,
Go ahead.
real estate,
Okay, that was one for
just
me,
kind of
for
real
sure.
estate proper, especially anything medical real estate, apartment buildings, ones like that. Some corporate real estate names too. Some of those I've noticed a few things, and then the smalls I think will just play as normal with
And, and the
Redfin and Open.
opposite of that, though, for me, um, what home builders know, flooring, know, stuff like that. I mean, those guys are oversaturated just in, at least in my area. That they have houses
Yeah,
they can't sell. So, but the real estate,
right. No, I think so. I mean, there's you get kind of your anomalies like Sherwin Williams was just sort of straight up all year, and
DIY, DIY.
yeah, and then I did really well with RH, for example. Um, so I don't know that those are just going to give it all back, but I wouldn't chase them either. I
No,
think there's
that lady changed the kitchen color every year.
yeah, yeah.
uh, Yeah, no, real estate was one of mine. The three that I wanted to mention to you. So I'm glad you're on that. And higher low pullbacks, people. You know the levels. So
Yeah.
perfect. Got another one?
No, that's it. That's it for me for now.
Okay. What about oh dang it. Oh yeah. What about casinos? I was like, how did I go draw a blank there? Man, I really like casinos. Like to get another
Oh yeah,
ones
I do
that,
too.
that
Yeah.
feel like they just can't, like they're not going out of business, let's be fair. They're not gonna sell off assets. That's not happening. I like
Yeah, I
those.
look at something like MGM,
Hmm.
and the idea of if this actually breaks and holds around 45, because 45 is this number in flow all the time, 42 and 45, and I've traded up to that a few times. But the the idea of that stock taking off and getting into like 55, 60, etc. With what I sort of think about for Vegas, I would expect that to happen at some point. And there's others others as well. And then you get into the the shitty ones are usually like the gambling apps and stuff like that. Those yeah, I expect those to pop up too. And then your foreign resorts, your Milkos and ones like that. So I'm with you. I like those.
That's when you know there's strength in that sector, is when that starts popping off.
Yeah, for sure.
I got two more. One of them's kind of not really a sector, but I call it a sector. Um, our IPOs, our IPO list,
Oh yeah, yeah.
those 3 to 4 year old IPOs.
Yeah, I think it's probably worth it for us to do another one of those sessions on that.
Yeah, I don't
Just
know.
like go through our list.
I don't know how long ago we did this list. It was a while ago. It was at least the beginning of the year, but Affirmed AI, Bros for sure, Hood, Lemonade, PCT, Roblox, Upstart, lifted that
Yeah,
4 or 5 times. I mean, there's some big winners on that list. Hood, Hood.
yeah.
So I think that, yeah, I just think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of room, but there's also a lot left there. And there's actually probably we could redo it a little bit because there's some new ones, no pun intended, that are out there that I think are also would fit that category. So um,
Yeah, no, I think so. And the I mean, some of my stuff like that I remember wanting to talk about on there. Like Twillo finally did what I thought it would do. Took a while, but broke 100. It's up there, thinking about 120 and all that. And so for me, ads under 61, I'm good. I'm just going to hold that, and just I don't think it's going to give it all back. So there's going to be chances on a lot of those names to get a position like that it's like, okay, now I'm done trading this, and I'm just going to hold it. And Lemonade did that, and I think several others will probably do the same. And then it's just you have to decide at that point, like what kind of trader or what kind of trade is this? And then is there a point at which it transitions to, okay, I'm an investor in this one? And I don't think you necessarily do that with all these companies, but the ones that you think are gonna be around and have some staying power and stuff like that. I think you can break out of the day trader mentality on a number of those, especially the ones in the large, small to mid cap area. So that's something I look at this year as well.
yeah, RTL 6006. Don't search the group.
Yeah, right.
That was the level for that one. Yeah, that was an easy trade for me. Just not really because of anything, but when it got to 80, I really never had to make a decision. Like
Yeah.
it just didn't never check back. So um, yeah, solid stuff there. Last one. This is gonna be the I don't know. It's not sketchy, but just roll with me here, goddammit. Um, AI adjacent. Stole your word, so you know what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
I really think
Yeah.
it's the stuff that is currently like, yeah, we already have that and use it. Is really going to look like a place people want to buy because they're going to think they're ahead of the curve on AI, or just
Mhm.
anything that AI has to have to work. I think the batteries kind of go in there a little bit. But there's a lot out there. No one's really talking about that yet on the stuff that actually real world already on the pavement we need today for the AI to make the next step forward.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely I'm with you there, and so I'll be looking at what those names are, and a lot of times it's I'll see something new in the flow, and then can kind of piece it together. But I think I think that's a good sector for sure. And then I mean AI is going to continue to move software stocks as they learn how to talk about it. I think you'll see that in the education stocks, the ones that got destroyed because everybody thinks AI is just going to take them over. The way that they actually want to talk about and use AI and the things that they do, um, that's going to lead to some earning surprises and volatility and all that. May not last, but definitely you'll see some good range. I expect like Chegg and ones like that to have their moments this year.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's I like I really think medical. I mean, not only do they need cuts in cost of medical stuff, but AI could, I think, easily take over a lot of jobs there, a lot of the stuff there, just to simplify their process on the medical end. I mean, we all try to make an appointment and go to the doctor. It's not the easiest process. So I like the medical industry, and then I think the service industry in general is obviously not a threat, but it can take over a lot of simple tasks from people. Financial banking probably a good spot because you take people out of money, it's a little more trustworthy. So I think that's a good place to start that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm really looking forward to um, that kind of stuff to to for it to be what pushes to the next level. Because if we don't have that, I think the AI stuff just kind of it becomes a sell the news because it's ran too hot, right? You need that next layer of the story to come in. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Perfect, perfect. Well, yeah, like good one. What was it? What was that ticker? I think it's Path. Is it UPath?
Yeah. Hmm.
Like they're a company to look at that uses AI already. Um, yeah, and then Chegg. I think you mentioned Chegg too, right? I think they already are on that path as well.
Yeah. T Doc.
Yeah,
Is one too.
perfect, perfect. Yeah, so that's kind of what I got for sectors. I mean, I really think um, you wait for the flow, learn the story, and kind of go from there, or build the story and kind of go from there. So
Yeah.
I like where it's at. Let's do. I want to do. You got anything else before
Uh.
we before we
No.
get
No.
in?
I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into. I want to do the top. We talked a little bit. We did plan this, people. We finally planned something. Um,
Yeah.
only like 5 minutes in advance. So let's. I'll give you first pick because it seems fair. But we're gonna go high point of the year. I think that's what you said. High point
Yep.
from today's price, our first of the year price. Um, any stock, and we're doing percentage gained fantasy draft. So
Nice.
I'm ready when you are.
I get the first pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get well. Yeah, because it's not fair. Because I kind of threw it
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
threw it on you 20 minutes ago. So I figured might as well give you the first pick.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Oh wait, one
With,
rule, one rule, one rule.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's got to be the blue chip, not the blue chip, but in your head, the one in the sector. You can't pick 5 gold stocks. None of that shit. So
Oh,
you,
right.
you
Right.
get
Gotcha.
one
Yep.
semiconductor, one one beer beverage company. You
Yeah,
can't blanket a sector. That's the only rule I want here.
nice. All right. Well, I'm gonna take Celsius first. CELH.
Ooh, go ahead and talk it out. Why? You got to give a reason for every
Um,
pick. That's
yeah. So I mean, really, the conservative case for flow here is about 40 to $45, and the stock's sitting at 26. I think on its retrace of this drop could probably go as high as 50. So it's almost 100%. And I just think it's going to hit a kind of sustained move up. Probably have a couple good earnings reports, but yeah, it's kind of flow driven, and then I could just kind of see it based on that.
yeah. See, that's not fair. He's got flow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take, and my draft picks aren't best one first because I have to be a little defensive here because I
Mhm.
know what you might take on my list that I want, and I know what you won't take. So
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
my first stock is EL,
Oh, nice. That's good.
Estee
Yeah.
Lauder. I think it's easily $100 stock. Volume profile 91 on the 1 year, 90 on the 3 year. That just gets the party started. 88 on the 10. That gets a party started. Big gap up. Um, if you can confirm 100, 120 comes in quick. 140 comes in quick. So we're talking 100% on a pretty big name that I think we're going to get 30% no matter what. It's beaten up, high insider ownership on the company. I think we are in the 90s. And that's enough for me with, uh, 82, with Vanguard and BlackRock being high in that list. So it's not, another name's not going out of business. The FUD is over. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Estee Lauder, and
Nice.
I thought maybe you'd take something like that. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
I had to get it in there first. Yeah,
I'm
lovely
gonna
stuff.
go with Grow G.
Oh,
Just
okay, okay.
the
Let's go.
I mean
169.
the equilibrium sort of on this in flow is like 2 to 220. So I think it gets back to that just based on some relief. And then the flow usually checks in around 3 with time, which to me usually implies a move to 250, 260, maybe 280. But I do the math on 169 to 280 or even 240. I kind of like the percentage there. So a lot of room above, a lot of potential for the sector to turn positive. It you know pulled back a bit with Trump and all that, but I don't think Trump's hostile to weed or anything. So I think that situation continues to play out.
Nice. I'm not gonna let you talk me into taking a weed stock because I don't have one on my list of available takes, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go with a sector and a sector that you won't shut up about, but the name that I like. And
Hmm.
so I'm gonna go with Run.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Um, 11, $12 kind of should be even in any environment. So I think we're a little oversold here. Um, I get it at a discount at 9.25. I feel like, really, it's a $20 stock. With any kind of government saying we're gonna be pro solar, which I do think we're gonna get because if you know Elon, he's super pro solar. Um, it's free energy. Give it a try, and I think that's an easy sales pitch to Trump at a Mar-a-Lago dinner. So worst case scenario, it's oversold chart. I should still get 20% back there, even if I only get the 12, 13. I think I win this competition with 20% pluses. So that's what I'm looking for here.
I'm gonna I'm gonna grab Intel, INTC.
Ooh, good one. I like that.
The it's $20. That's just not gonna last. So yeah, I expect kind of at minimum get back into this mid 20s area. But yeah, 30, 32. That gap from that earnings drop a couple of ERs ago will get filled, and probably this year. So that's what I think.
Perfect. I'm gonna go. I only got one more. I'm worried about you taking. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just take this one out. I'm gonna go rig. 350. I mean, I'm
Nice.
paying a quarter more than I want. 350. Search. Don't search the group if you didn't know 350 was Unc's number. We got some of it, not enough of it. But in this challenge, I'm paying 75 cents more. 2026 was always the year. Uh, Offshore drilling. We got the Trump effect. Hopefully that he picks that up. This should, in general, be a $455 stock. Looking for another 660 test though, if the money keeps coming in for these guys, or if anyone gets to start early because some rule changes. Name we've been on for a while. Chart I trust off a level. Limited downside for me here too, so I like that.
There's a lot of oil stocks I could take. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Oxy.
Ooh,
Um,
I thought you were going to
just under.
go. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking Devon maybe,
Yeah, I
but
thought you were going to
um,
do it. I thought you were going to do it.
yeah. I just Oxy is better company. They also they're pretty well positioned in that um, carbon capture evolution that oil companies are going to do. That's probably not a this year thing, but them and Exxon are kind of the names there that come to mind. So yeah, I'll go ahead and grab Oxy. It's
Nice.
just a no brainer down here.
Nice. I gotta try to hit a home run, and this one's actually double because I'm probably close to 5,000 free shares in this thing right now. But WW
Yeah,
$1.27. Especially since we're just playing the range, won't take much news for this to be 100%. News sticks. This could be a home run. So I'm gonna play that. Limited downside here. Dollar. I would like it $1.10, $1.03, or free shares. But in this competition, I got to take it at 127. So I do have some downside, but I do think there's more up if we're just playing a high end range.
very nice. I'm gonna grab Etsy.
ESTY?
ETSY.
ET. I
Yeah,
always fuck that one up.
just kind of leveling out down here, low 50s. Flow on this and leaps goes to 80, 90. I just think that's plausible. That's not even anything special. Can go as high as 105 to 110, something like that. But I'm just looking for that move back over 70. So I kind of like that setup.
Perfect. Do I go super safe? I'm gonna take a little gamble. Since it's offered, where'd you go? I'm gonna go at 10. It's 1040 right now. Not a lot of people like it or know about it. It's an S pack, but it fits the IPO thing. New 1040, 1036. Um,
Nice.
they're one of the companies that I think can continue to take market share. It's already ran to 16. That's 60% from where we are. Higher low technically on the chart. So it's a good TA play just in that we've had a little bit of sell off coming into the year. And it's a name I don't think is 8 out of 10 yet on the street. And when it is, I think that also helped the growth there. I would take something like SoFi instead to kind of for a similar build. Um, but the price point kind of this is better offered right now. So um,
Yeah,
yeah, I just like the range that we got this pullback.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab First Solar FSLR.
Well, you just did 6, but I'll let you keep going.
Um, the Yeah, so First Solar, probably the best in the sector. It's hard for me to not take in phase, but I just think the setup to the 220 area is just too good from down here. So um, just really solid on my end.
All right. We were only supposed to do 5, but since you took 6, I'm going to do 6 with you.
Oh, I thought we were doing a top 10.
No,
I thought
no,
that was
top
10
10.
each.
No, no, that's too many. That'd be 20 stocks. That's too many.
All right. You do six then. That's fine.
Yeah, we can do 6.
All right.
Yeah, that's 513. I'm gonna take that. You. 513. It's
Good.
$7.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit $7 this year. So if you're gonna give it to me down here at 515, do the quick math. That's almost 50%. Sign me up. Oh, I get 513. Let's go. Perfect. Yeah, and the uranium. That thesis is still clean energy. I think Trump will overload the energy, especially if I'm at all right about they've been price fixing natural gas, and we go
Hmm.
back to just a fair market. I think energy gets overvalued, or it gets over where it's expensive, and we have to come up with our. We're back on that plan, which is what he wants to do is just create our own energy through energy and be energy independent. And yeah,
Yeah.
nuclear's huge, huge, it's clean,
Right.
huge. It's beautiful stuff. Have you ever seen Three
Yeah.
Mile Island? It's huge. It's beautiful. It's a mile. It's 3 miles long. It's an island. It's huge. All right. Where are we at? Yeah, that's pretty good. You got anything final you want to do here, or we're about 45? So
Um. No, I think we're good. Just yeah, just look for the newsletter thing. Just working on that
oh yeah, let's do
over the
that. Let's
break,
do let's do
and
goals. Let's do personal. Let's do like some trader goals, room goals, like a little general.
uh,
Like if we had a
yeah,
company meeting, what would you say to the people in the room right now?
um, I'm gonna learn sort of the like social media presence, take that a little more seriously. Get get the newsletter going, find a way to get some live streams going. Um, those were really successful. I just didn't it didn't work with my work schedule
Yeah.
since I've been teaching at a high school in the mornings for the past couple of years, and that's just like there's no, where am I going to go? Teachers lounge, so being back on my campus with my office, that's where I need to be for that. So yeah, I'm going to see what I can do there, and yeah, just continue to refine notes. Thinking about my notes in the sense that there's things I post that work really well for me, making sure that there's value there for other people is important too, because it's not exactly easy to hop into some of that stuff I talk about, like the day trading LLY and things like that. I don't know that most people are ready for that. So yeah, posting I guess just the easy ones, getting those more prominently featured in the notes, because we'll have them on the hot list. It'll be in my leftovers, or something like, hey, KULR, I'm buying some of this, and then it goes up 40% the next day. Just making more of a point of that kind of stuff. I think I'll try to do that.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, the one sentence I did right was seeing things um, through other people's eyes, especially the ones that have been dedicated to us since even the other room. You know, what up, vegan? What up,
Yeah,
Cryption? What up, Jamie? Jamie's back. I mean, those guys never left us. So for me, trying to really hone in on, I should know them by now really well, and just honing in on what they see and what's going to help them, and communicate a little better in that regard. I think that's something I really want to focus on. I am still 100%. We're always going to be. I'm building a trader, not a follower. That I
yeah,
lead. I
yeah,
lead with that. So um, pretty huge. The newsletter. I definitely want to touch base on that, man. You guys are not ready for what we're going to do here. Um, it's going to be a separate service, so I don't want anyone to get caught off on that. But you guys are going to get it. You guys get it. Ain't nothing going to change in here. No increase or anything like that. It's just going to be part of the room. But it's just going to be the stuff like Rigetti. It's going to be the stuff like CLSK before anybody knew about it. where we
Yeah.
it's going to be Redfin even this year, where you were just saying it's going to go to $12. It's just going to be those ones that are no brainers that you can back off on, get a position, and just let the move happen. More of a monthly thing, and it's not, we're not going to force a new one every month. It's just as they come naturally, and we can update our progress. So I'm really looking forward to that. Um, I'm you know me, I'm going to talk you down a little bit on your stream and stuff, just because I always want you to keep your plate manageable. But
Yeah.
I do want your screen up in the long run in here, um,
Right.
just to have the flow. So I think that's fine. And my goal is to stay as consistent, really, as we have, um, through good or bad, rain or shine, both in the market and life. P, we're pretty
Yeah.
fucking consistent. So I'm just trying to keep that standard up with you. And again, my focus is again, I'm letting you drive the wheel, but this year I want to step up a little more in finding those secondary names. If you find something or a sector, I really want to start digging. Quantum computing, I was kind of a little late in those secondary names. We should have had
Yeah.
those when we had Rigetti and INOQ. So I want to get back to that, where I got the really shitty ones that if this gets going and they all go, we want to be here too. Um, so yeah, that's kind of my focus, and yeah, just again, consistency, lead with consistency, um, putting in the work they put in, um, and maybe that's the last one. Asking the room, like, hey, if you wanna get better, you're gonna have to speak up. You're gonna have to tell me what
Yeah.
we can't read your mind. So let us know. We'll put in the work. Ask Carlos. I'll spend as long as you want. As long as you're gonna work, I'll spend as long as you want with you. Ask Pele. I mean, I'll spend as
Right.
all. Ask Cryption too. I mean, my phone number is not private. If you need to talk, we can talk. So, but putting a little more on their plate to kind of reach out and be part of this community, because that's what we really started as a community. So yeah, that's my goals.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah.
Perfect.
Looking forward to it. I I don't have I'm not a New Year's resolution gym goals kind of person, but have been trying to get more physically active. I'm subbing for the weightlifting course as the professor for the
Nice.
first 3 weeks of the semester. So I got a lot of curriculum to brush up on there. And while I'm in there, I might work out a bit. But anyways, but yeah. So
Hey, that shit goes both ways, bro. Reach out to Pele. He sent me like 4 workout programs. I'm like, bro, you don't have to do this much work.
yeah, yeah.
He's into that stuff. So no, that's good. My did you have a resolution for last year?
Um, it was just to get off weekly options mostly, and
Oh,
I did that for the most part. So
my
yeah.
resolution wasn't to buy any Adidas shoes.
Oh, nice.
I made it.
Yeah.
I did make it though. So I'm looking forward to going to Adidas and buying some shoes
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
because it's been a year. Um,
Right.
awesome, awesome. Well, yeah, nice midweek session here, P. As always, back to work tomorrow, and then it's gonna be nice to get back on that regular schedule. For the
Yeah.
first of
Yeah.
the
I
year.
will. I'll. Looking forward to the next couple days. Kind of crypto is my main focus, just because it's been, it trades every day. So the way that crypto stocks adjust to what happens, over the new year and tether and all that stuff. So I'll have some things there, and then I'll just have some observations about some hot list stuff. But yeah, I'll be around. I'm off next week too, so looking forward to
Awesome,
it.
awesome, perfect. Well, as always, P, I appreciate the time. Let's have a great year.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
Perfect.